What's going on, champs? Hope you guys doing well. Happy Monday. Good morning to you guys. Glad that you're all here. I really appreciate you guys there. It is a recorded session, unfortunately. I do have a few things going on in the morning, so I won't be able to actually, attend this as a live session. So we're still gonna do the usual thing. Thanks, daily trades. We're gonna do the whole setup. The whole usual thing. Smash up the likes. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. If you haven't subscribed and you're just thinking, maybe I'll just wait. I'll give you a freaking reason why you should subscribe here. So let's have a look at what's going on. So, as Eminem would say, let's get down to business, right? So we're gonna start with Dixie, right? So Dixie is the main thing we're gonna talk about, right? So Dixie, where he opened up. Let me get my pen. I should have started this off actually. That's a bit silly. So yeah, so when Dixie started off, we have a bit of a gap over here, right? You can't really see much over here. If I show you on the 15 minutes, right? You can see that when we opened up, we had a gap, and price is kind of filling up. Let me just try and get my pen. Where is this pen? This pen should have been here. There we go. That's what we need. Okay, so have a bit of a gap right over here, and price shrank down all the way down to that range low that we've been playing in, and it's been playing on this range low for quite some time. If you think about it, actually, just quite generally, we've had a bit of a deviation there, right? Now, we had a deviation over here, come down for another deviation. Is this gonna hold? We don't know entirely yet. If we break this market high and get above the mid range and hold above it, then I say, yeah, we're gonna go back up to 114527 and possibly take out these highs. If we hold above it and show a bullish market structure, off it goes. Bob's your uncle. Long Dixie, which means you're gonna short the ES, you're gonna short the stocks itself, and you're gonna short the crypto, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum, the lot, right? So interesting enough, you bounce off that 112939 area, which is the range low over here. So now we're going to look at it, how we're going to do this. We had a bit of a gap, like I just mentioned. Now, what tends to happen is that the gap gets filled out, right? So what I do want to see this area consolidation right over here. I want to see this area hold, okay? I want to come back up, fill up all this gap with a bodily candle, right? I want to see a bit of a rejection. Once we get back below, happy days. We can play it back down to range low. Gives us a bit of a breathing space on the ES and the in crypto itself, and the lot itself, and break down below here. Happy days. Let's go back down into this range low area. See this range low that you can see? It's been marked out already, and all we're gonna do, that we first target, break below here, and then we can go a lot more lower. That's what we're looking for. We don't know entirely what's gonna happen. I'd say if we're gonna break lower, I like to come into this area first, from this high itself. Then from this high, I'm looking to come into this. Let me just zoom this out there, into this area here, into this area of consolidation right over here, and then it just fits in perfectly at that 25% of the range, and then we can see what happens level to level. It is start of the week, so don't get too excited. We did have a massive pump on Bitcoin, then he actually retraced, and he pumped again, and it's retracing. I don't freaking know what's going on. It is a bit of a mess, so which means that you just let the we're gonna have a plan. Just let the plan unfold. Once we get a trigger for a short or a long, we just take the trade and day trade and just play it level to level. That's all you got to do. So nothing too much to talk about with dollar index. We just need to see if we can lose this level here. This low here is going to be the key resistance if we can come back down, and that will give us a clear target playing back down to the area of 1110.8, and that's pretty much it. And if we were to break a lot more lower, well, then we got other areas to focus on, which will be, this is the first area. The next area we're going to look at, this area there, and well, it just comes in. You see this high over here, this high there, it makes sense. It's an SR right there. You can see price find resistance all over here. We got up, come back there, support. Now we come back up, and if we're gonna come back down, come back here, support. So if we start losing this level there, let's go back to range low about, which is about 108 point. Let's call it 108.071. Okay, and that'll be the key area that we're playing level to level. ES, how's ES looking like? ES is, well, this is the thing is with ES, right? So when it closed on the weekly, right, it closed below this blue box over here, right? This blue box over here, right? You can see that's a key area. We've got resistance, shank up above it, come at support, then we got below it. So this, it closed around here, and then now it's pumped up, and it shows us that there's a bit of a deviation over here. So if it breaks down, I want to see us fill up this area here. See, there's all this inefficiency right here. That's why I was thinking about it, like when I was taking the shorts on BTC and Ethereum. I'll talk about the shorts on BTC in just a second, actually. I'm sorry, not BTC, Ethereum. That was a really clean short 12-hour trade. It was very clear compared to BTC, because BTC broke above Monday's high, but we'll get to that in just a moment there. So What I'm looking for is see what the reaction is here. It is still quite early in the week. It is, of course, it's Monday. It is a Monday morning. It's very early in the week, very early in the day. So let price unfold itself before we take a trade. I'm in no rush. I'm in no rush for longs or short just yet. I'm gonna let things unfold. We're gonna see how it goes. Let ES do its thing. It can be choppy in this area here. If it was to be bullish, what I would like to see is a reclaim of this box over here. Break this higher there. Shows a higher high. Let's go back into this this range low over here. The range low we discussed from last week. It's the same thing as well. And you see, you got all this inefficiency right here, inefficiency all over here. Let's just fill this out. Step back in, hold above it. Let's play it level to level. Back to 25%, the mid-range, go all the way to range high. That's it. Simple as that. Nothing else. I don't want to talk about targets at $3,900 or what 4,025 or whatever numbers. I'm just going to talk this simple level to level. Okay? That's the bullish case. The bearish case itself, right, is that come back down, find resistance, and you've got now a clear play playing it back into this low here. There's a double bottom right here. Take out that here. And then go back into this range high. There's a macro range high off a daily. I think it's a monthly high as well. Before we stepped into 2021's range low itself. And then if we get below here, then I'll see this area here. This area is the first area that I'm looking for us to come for a reaction. Number one, if we step back in and then start losing this area here, then we go back into this area, this consolidation over here. And then we'll see what happens next. We're not too sure. I do want to see the first block holder. I'll be honest with you. I do want to see this hold first before this. If this comes into here and it doesn't actually find any support, like a quick rally to shoot back up and reclaim, it's going to get nasty then. I think it's going to get nasty, but we'll see how it goes. Work this level to level there. So that's the bullish play and the bearish play on ES. Nothing too complicated. Just keep it nice and simple. It is a Monday. Tomorrow we have Monday's range to play, and then we have a bit more easier moment to have a look at that. So I don't. So BTC. Let's talk about Ethereum. Ethereum. Oops, let me do all this. It's a bit of a lesson that was as well. Anyway, yeah. So Ethereum. Let me get the tweet actually. I think the tweet is much more easy if I just bring it up there. Give me a second there. So this was it. So on Friday, right, I had this planner. So price got to Monday's high, right, starts to break down, and I was looking for, if it was to break down and get below this monthly open, or not the monthly open, was the, what was this again? Let me have a look. I need to get this back up. Let me just have a look a second, guys. One moment there. ETH USDT. Yeah, it was the monthly open. That was it. It was the monthly open, and I was like, okay, once we get back below it, I was like, well, let me just get the plan up. The plan's much easier. It was on the 5 minutes. So I was like, okay, we need to find resistance here, break down, get below the monthly open. That'll be my first opportunity and my key opportunity to actually say, yep, that's it, the high set in. We've done the, we take out Monday's liquidity. Let's go back down to mid-range to range low. And this area here would have been my confirmation because we lose this low here and find resistance. That's what I was looking for. I was telling the guys on DCC. I went to the Friday prayer on Friday, and literally at 2:09, you can literally see this. I'm not bullshitting up there. It's right, the next one. So just finished Friday prayer. Eve done a stop run of the highs, stepping in shorts. That was it. And I did step into the shorts. That was my stop loss was just above this high over here, and I was playing it back down. Around here was about 6 hour mid-range. Took a little bit of profits there, not too much. Took a bit of profits there, and then next thing you know, before you know it, Bob's your uncle. We hit target, and it was a banging 12.2 hour trade, and that was it. Monday's low, come back into target. We played it from range high back to range low. That's all it was. There's nothing nothing complicated about it. Really simple. Very tight invalidation there. Sorry, stop loss there. Invalidation would have been here, to be honest. Right? You're wrong completely here, because if we come back up and start holding above it, then we start having bullish play. But instead, it was showing me bearishness because we got Monday's high. This is monthly open. So if he did come back down and start holding above it, then I have to see, okay, how this is working out. If you start holding this kind of PA, like a bullish PA, then I'm like, all right, then that's it. It's going to go higher. But instead, lucky if we did, mid-range, range low, done. Trade's all done. There's nothing too difficult about that. It was a banging little trade that we did in the DCC. A very good trade that we did in the country club. So shout out to all those who actually jumped in on that one as well. So yeah, let's go into Ethereum now. So Bitcoin. What's happening now? bit of a volatile move that's happened so far. Let me just bring this all up first, and then we'll talk about this as we go along. What's next now? So obviously, as we all aware, the range is still the same. See this blue range over here? That's still the same. The 19th of September's high. Oops, that's not high. That's not right. It should be here. Bring it a little bit more down. There we go. That's it. So we've got the 19th of September, that Monday. We're still playing it 4 weeks later. We do have a couple of deviations here and there. Doesn't really matter, but the main point is, right, that we can take away from range high, play back to range low to range high, back. Well, obviously, yeah, it found support off the July's range low anyway, right? But this was a key factor. We played the shorts on what do you call it? We played the longs on the CPI, right? We played the longs on CPI right over here. We did this live actually, literally on the off the minute, bang up there, target one there. Had a short market, limit sell, played it back to range low. But I didn't play it from range low to range high. So if you did, happy days. But then again, we step back into the range, and then once we start grinding back down, it's come back to the mid range. As you can see very clearly, it's holding the mid range pretty much, right? I mean, didn't re-tag it in there, but Monday's low still holding this place there. This block here is holding support there. So that's the first sign that I'm saying there's bullishness in the market. We have to agree there is bullishness in the market, because if it was bearish, we'd have come back into the to the mid range, break below here, off we go, back down, feel out all this inefficiency over here, but it hasn't done that, so it's all good there. So what we're looking for in terms of the trade, it is still quite early. I do think, I mean, what time is it now? According to this, right now we're at what, 9:45. So 9:45 in the UK time. So I'm thinking it's Mondays. It looks like to me, I want to be honest with you, it looks like we've done the high of the day, because the high of the day is here, 1 o'clock. So yeah, so this is monthly open. So this is the weekly open, the daily open right over here. You see that? So now right off the bat, you can already say if this, once we get back below, find resistance, off we go, play it back down 25% range, and I'll probably play it to this first to keep a short burst, because it is still quite early in the week. I don't want to be a bit too overcomplicated. Play back into this area consolidation, and then that'll be the first target there. And if you can squeeze it into, that's target 1. If you can squeeze it into 25%, that's target 2. If we were to be a bit more bearish, play it back down into the blue box that we got here, right over here, which is the high comes in at 1957, and then we'll see what happens there. And that'll be target 3, squeezing into a Monday's low. That's it. I don't want to play too much. I'm going to squeeze it in as much as possible. At any moment we hold support, right? If we hold support, so show a bullish market structure, I'll cut the trade. Off we go. We'll just look for the next play once we reclaim the mid range. That's the bearish play. Bullish play we're looking at, right? I do think it's gonna go lower. I can probably narrow this down just for us actually, just for fun. Let's narrow this down actually. So let's have a look what we got. We got this. Okay, so we got that. This. Let's just say, okay, price comes into this area. Let's have a look. Oh, fuck's sake. There we go. Right there. Right into this area here. See this little area consolidation, with consolidation all the way here. Come back down. I like a retest of this area. Maybe as a pullback in, there's not a problem. And a pullback into the mid-range breakdown. This will now give me bearishness to play back down to 25% as the target player will be at hand. So I'm looking around potentially, let's have a look. But 19284 to around this area here, literally is an area that I want to see some reaction off this area here. I want to see it start breaking down from here. Then I can start saying, yeah, we'll then the bearish play can step into place. Because what we've done so far today, we did a stop run. That's all we've done. We've done a stop run. Your confirmation is once we get below the daily open. So I'm going to keep an eye on this, take a short there, and then happy days. So I do think in the next hour or two, we might get in a bit of a push up there, then get below the daily open. Daily open comes in around, let's have a look. There. The daily open is here, off this low there. So we're just below the daily open. I think we do deviate it, come back into this area here. Right, come back into this area here. Break down. This is your confirmation. and then we'll be playing it back down to targets over here. That's the bearish play. That's the bearish play, and then as the targets I just said a couple of seconds ago. Bullish play. How do we play this on a bullish level? Well, we know we've got the monthly open over here. October's monthly open. Keep it nice and simple. It is a Monday. Don't get too overcomplicated as well, because it's still early in the week. We don't know what's going to happen. Once we get tomorrow, once tomorrow is done, once today is done, we'll have Monday's range. Okay. So if we was to be bullish, how do we play this now? Okay. So we just highlighted a box. Okay. Let's do the same thing, right? We just highlighted this area here, around here, right? So if price gets back up, holds above the box itself, that shows me bullishness. Why? Because not only this is a stop run, right? It's now showing me this is actually I think we're playing high highs. Market structure shifted to the upside, right? So if we lose this low, it starts breaking down. We fell into this inefficiency over here. Sorry, into this block there. Feel like all this inefficiency there. That's what we're looking for. But we start making higher highs. What do we do? That'll be, I can enter in here, or I can actually enter here with a confirmation, playing it back to the monthly open. I mean, I'll have to go first level to level, which will be the 75% range, looking for the monthly open, hold above the monthly open, let's squeeze into Monday's high, and that's it. Keep it nice and simple, nothing too complicated as we go. If the plan changes as well, I mean, if we start showing bullishness, right, and then I start looking for this area here, so into here, yeah, into here. If we get above monthly open, right, the Monday's high, last week's Monday's high, then I'll be squeezing into 1970, 19.7k. Yeah, and let's call it 19.7k approximately. 19.690. That's what it is. That's the area. That'll be the next set of targets into this area consolidation. That's it. We don't know what happens next. Okay, we make plans as we go, as the price unfolds. I don't think we're going to smash above this box just yet, but we're still in this range. But the fact that it's holding this mid range is looking quite strong between this high and this mid range here. That's what we're looking for. That's where we're playing is the monthly open is capping the market on the upside at the moment there. So it shows me there's more downside to come first, maybe a bit more consolidation in this area here. So we'll play it level to level, see what happens, and that's Bitcoin there. Okay, Ethereum. Need to make a move in a bit. So let's just want to squeeze in Ethereum, and we'll call it a day. Okay. Apologies. Tomorrow will be live sessions as well. Things will go back to normal thingy on tomorrow itself. So same thing. Now for the first time I'm actually seeing this, right? You see how Ethereum yesterday on Friday came into the Monday's high, did a stop run breakdown, right? A similar thing to what Bitcoin I'm looking at. We got stop run breakdown. That's what I'm looking for, right? And that's the short play. I'm trying to time in a short play, and I've shown you where I'm looking for a reaction, mid range to break down below the daily open, send that low. Let's go and see what happens level to level there. Okay, so with Ethereum yesterday on Friday, we came to Monday's high. Bitcoin was very different. Bitcoin gave us a deviation, a very strong deviation. Look how strong that was. It's a very strong deviation of Monday's high. So it didn't give me it did give me a clear breakdown, but Ethereum was the easier trade, to be honest. Ethereum was a lot more of an easier trade. So that's why I took the Ethereum trade. So both Ethereum and Bitcoin are at the mid-range of Monday's mid-range last week. Alright, so you can see we're at the mid-range, below it. Ethereum, we're at the mid-range, below it. Similar thing. This hasn't done a stop run. It's slightly similar PA, but very different in its own way. Which is why I think I'll probably take both Ethereum and Bitcoin, to be honest, because they're quite clear. What's clear for me on Ethereum is this. You know the consolidation that I showed you on Bitcoin right here? It's between this block here and here, which is above Monday's high, right? It's above Monday's high, this consolidation. Ethereum's a lot more clear. In what way? Well, Ethereum, the same consolidation is below Monday's high. So it's very different. So it shows us that we have clear targets. If we're going to start going shorts, we can go right off into this box, which is approximately around what? 19, let's say, yeah, 1290. 1290 is the area that we can actually look for clear targets. So how do we play this for a bearish play? Let's have a look. Same thing. Where's the daily open? Let's have a look. Let's grab that out. I want to zoom this on the 5 minutes, just to see if we can get more of a tighter entry. You know, one of them banging entries like, yo, Daink, you fucking killing it with a 12.2R. Give us another 6R or something like that. So I've got this area here. Can you see all this? resistance. We did a quick stop run there. We didn't stop run this highs there. And we're in this area of resistance. We're in this area of resistance. We're in this area again, resistance. So this block here is a very key block that I'm happy to play this as we play along. Okay, so we got number one down. We do have a bit of a trend line going on. Do you have a trend line? Let's have a look. Looks like I've got a trend line. Yeah, you got a bit of a trend line there, right here. Which means if we were to lose this low here, lose the trend line, break down, then we can play back to 25% range and into the base right over here. Right off this high there. And that would be target 1, and that'd be target 2. Loses here. Let's go back into target 3. Filling out this inefficiency. 1290 will be the first area. I think I'll front run at 1290 to be honest. I'd be quite happy to front run at 1290. See if we get to 1288. I'll see what happens there. So that's we got I think a bit of a trend line there. But looking at price action horizontally, how do we play a short here? I mean, it looks like yeah, it does look like freaking. So we've got the high of the. Is this the high of the day? During London, during London's time period. So before New York steps in. So let's have a look. Daily open is where? Where's 1 o'clock? It's right here. So daily open is right there. So above the daily open, we know once we lose the daily open, let me change this color to blue. Right here. Once we, and you can see the reaction of the daily open was resistance, deviation, resistance. We get back up, hold it support, come back up, come back down, come off this block over here, which is not a problem there. We're financial support, that's not a problem there, which means I'm going to get a squeeze into this area. If I'm bearish, we get a bit more squeeze into here. Step into the mid range, breaks down, show me bearishness. I play it back down to the daily open. From the daily open, the confirmation will be here, something like this. Play it back down, 25% range. From the 25% range into, well, this area here. That'll be your next set of targets. From here, break down. Let's go to 1290 and try and fill out this inefficiency right here. Actually, you see that, and that's what we're doing. Actually, you can't see it because my head's in the way. Right there, you see that, and that's all we're doing. And that's the bearish play for ES. Nothing too complicated. Keep it nice and nice and simple, nice and short. Okay, and that's it. And that's pretty much for the Ethereum play. Nothing too complicated. We'll see what happens when we break below it a lot more lower. But I think we're gonna go, because with dollar index, I'm expecting a bit of a push up, and which means to me with ES, with ETH and BTC, we're gonna get a bit of a drop here. And I do want to see ES filling out the S&P, filling out that inefficiency I discussed at the very beginning of the show. Now, what if I'm wrong? What if I'm wrong? Now I need to start playing this on the upside. No problem, I can do that. So let me go on the 10 minutes, right? Get more candles there. You guys can see a bit more shit. So monthly opens right here. Got my block, the area right around here, approximately around this area there. Now all I'm doing is we flip above it. This is resistance. Remember, this block here has been resistance. We flip above the resistance. What happened? It becomes support. So I can enter in here. Confirmation is below, above this high. Breaking market structure. Playing where? 25% range. Squeezing into the monthly open. That'll be the second set of targets. From the monthly open, see what happens. If we start breaking down, right, get below the 25% range, I've got the whole trade. Remember, at any moment of these levels, we find support. Just like when bullish play, we find support over here. I look to cut the trade because we're going to come back up into this area. And if we start breaking back down, I can re-enter in with a short, happy days and play the game back down. No problem. So monthly open will be the key. After the monthly open, I'll be taking some profits in this area here. Let's have a look. Yeah, let's write this candle here. Let me just squeeze that back out there. I'm going to see how we react around here. That's the next area there. That'll be the next set of targets there, squeezing into Monday's high, and that's it. And that's the bullish play. That's all it is. And then we'll play. Keep that simple on Monday. I do think we're going to go a lot more lower, in my opinion. I'm leaning bearishness. I am going to look for a short scenario for both BTC and Ethereum. But I'm just giving you the flip side in case we have the flip side of flip bias quite quickly. And no problem, I can do that quite easily. I think Ethereum's a lot more clearer. You can see Ethereum's a lot more clearer to do that because we flip this quite easily. Whereas with BTC, it shows me a stop run. So again, it's showing me more heaviness there. A stop run is a swing failure. Because if we're gonna actually, it's gonna be bullishness. If there's gonna be bullishness, we wouldn't have like a high there and then do a quick swing trade and then come back down and break down. What we'd do is have a high there, come back up, maybe a bit of a deviation, hold above the high, break up, and let's carry on going up there, and that's bullishness there. But he hasn't doing that, so I want to see how we react to this area here on BTC, and then time this up with ES, time this with dollar index, and time this with Ethereum. Take the short there, and that's it. Normally I ask you guys any questions. Feels a bit weird though, but thank you so much for actually watching the show. I really appreciate you guys. Smash up the likes, show some love as well, drop your comments and whatnot, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll do this live and we'll do it properly. Okay, take care guys, have a great Monday, speak to you soon.